Welcome, He-Maniacs, to He-Maniacs Live. It's your regular hosts, Mike, Jay, and AJ, and we're here to talk Masters of the Universe news. You know, the best way we can, possibly, right? Just with geeky excitement. How you doing, guys?
Still recovering, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just trying to fight off another cold, but hanging in there.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat, really. But excited. A lot of things, a lot of MOTU news this week. It's like maybe too much in some ways.
I know, right? I couldn't even keep up with all those book announcements. I'm like, whoa, what? Wait, what?
We'll be talking about those. Those are exciting. But first, let's say hello to all the He-Maniacs in the chat, starting with Collector Phil. Collector Phil was first in. I'm all in on this live, even if it starts at 2 a.m., where I'm at Japan time. I know I'm not the only one who's been waiting for the next live. Collector Phil, you're awesome. I think Collector Phil, who's been in this fandom for like decades, is a web store fan.
Okay.
Just like me. He loves his web store. We have Josh, Josiane. I cannot read that, but hello to Josiane.
Any Spanish speakers in the chat can translate it?
Yeah. And we have Warren. Hi, Jay and the gang. There we go again. Jay and the Pussycats. Turnianos. He's on Facebook. You should follow him on Facebook. Hi, AJ, Mike, and Jay. Very excited about the news of these books. We are too. We have the Masters of the Universe in the house. Oh, hell yeah. Morning, fellas. Good morning. It's actually afternoon for me and Jay, but it's good morning for Mikey.
It's pretty, not too early, but it's early.
It's early. It's after 9.
Yeah.
Who typed that? It's Jay and the Misfits. Laugh out loud. Just a minute, fellas. Still setting up streams. Wow. So Jay, you were the one. We have Nathan saying just picked up Super 7 T-Mat for the Classics universe. That's the Dungeons and Dragons dragon, isn't it? That thing is awesome.
Yeah, the 3D.
Yes, it's huge. It is huge.
Yeah.
And I got one too, but man, it's massive.
Masters of the Universe Classic. Oh, our buddy Classic. Who, Mike? You have homework. Thanks to him.
I still haven't got to it. Sorry.
Yeah, AJ, Mike, and Jay, aka Steve, Colin, and Mick. Thank you for doing this. Who was Steve? Me?
Steve, Colin, Mick.
And I'm Mick. Okay, rhymes with Dick. Crisco Kid. Hello. Hey, Crisco Kid. We got Warren again. Yeah, hi Jay and the gang. Happy Jay, Crunchy Nut, He-Man Wink. We got William in the house. Good afternoon from New Jersey. Good afternoon. Born and raised, William, in New Jersey. I'm a Jersey short.
I passed through there the other day.
That's what most people do, pass through. Jersey gets a bad rap. Seaside all the way. Masters of the Universe Classic, can we make it happen? I'm sure you can convince them and demand. With the demand and with the movie and the game, now it's a good time to do this. He's talking about MOTUNIVERSE. We'll get there. Nolan, hi, Jay, Mikey, AJ, and chat. We got Ryan. Good to see you, Nolan. We got Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Pics of Prince Adam floating for movie for kids line claims it's not AI. Investigate and report He-Mania. I'll take a look at that. I actually shared a couple days ago waves that I thought was Prince Adam. I shared, but maybe you're talking about a different pic. We'll see.
Prince Adam floating for the movie. Oh, like there's like a toy picture floating around.
Yeah, I'll pull it up if you guys haven't seen it.
There's a kid, kid for the core line. Because we can't call it the first ones anymore, so now it's called the core line.
I'm always calling it first ones.
We could talk about that too, Jay. Master, you missed my first message, AJ, about Filmation Motu Vinyl. Can we make it happen? Oh, okay. Oh, I would love that. All right. So now that we've said hello to everyone in the chat,
There's one more.
Oh,
yeah, Jim just came through.
Jim, any idea on the figure pre-order date? What figure pre-order date? Jim?
Well, all the figures, I believe, will begin their drop in April. That was
Right.
that was the.
If we're talking kids and Chronicles.
And Chronicles, yeah. That was the.
Okay. Oh, well, speaking of kids and Chronicles, guys, let me just do a little house cleaning. Let's see here. I just wanted to share with everyone right here. We have two checklists up. We have the kids checklist, figure and toy, and we have the collector's checklist that we have, you know, all the promo stuff up and Mattel information, details, and then, you know, what the boxes look like and so forth. And then the figures itself, you know, and of course, this will be an interactive checklist. Guys, do you know we have an interactive checklist on HE-MANIA? Maybe you guys don't know. Maybe you've never tried that. Once these go live, here, I'll go into a different checklist here. Let's go into Origins 2000X. So once you go into, once they're live and the figures are available, you see this where it says unlock using 1 collector coin? You could actually unlock a figure. You get 1,000 collector coins when you register. Nothing costs anything. It's just, that's the currency, but this costs nothing. And you can unlock Stratos. And then what will happen is you'll go in your profile and people could see the figures you have. So this is my profile. I could go into my collection and look at that. Like you see Masterverse, Origins, Vintage, and so forth. And these are like the Masterverse figures I own. These are the ones that I actually clicked on to add to my profile. And what's really cool is if you look at Revelation He-Man and you click on him, you can see who else owns it. Let's see. Right here. Look at this. These are all the avatars of people who've earned this figure.
I gotta go through and do that on mine.
Yeah. So, and you could click on them and they, you know, you can see who has, you know, the common figures. So it's really neat. But we're not here to talk about that. I just wanted to let you guys know that there are checklists up here. We're here to talk about the news. And I guess we might as well get into the Chronicles, excuse me, the first one's Kids Core Wave that I shared. I wasn't planning to talk about that today, but since it came up in the chat. So I did my due diligence, guys. This wasn't leaks at all. These were screen grabs that I took from official Mattel videos and then videos taken at Toy Fair. And I was able to assemble upcoming waves for the, you know, oh, this is the Chronicles. I'm sorry, this isn't First Ones and Kids. This is Chronicles for the Chronicles lines. And you guys can see, you know about He-Man, Man-at-Arms, and Triclops. You know about Skeletor and Trapjaw. But then on this box with Tila, we have Ram Man, and then possibly, what does that look like to you guys? Prince Adam or another He-Man? You know?
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. He has a sword.
Definitely
so it's
has the sword.
So
it could be power slashing He-Man.
Could be. Yeah. Which would make sense because then in this next wave down here, we have Beastman, Evil Lynn, and then this one to me looks like a new Skeletor. I mean, I guess it could be a Keldor, but I think this is the Havoc staff right here.
Yes,
I think it's the blast,
like the blast effects, the splash effects.
Yeah. It was the best I could do grabbing these screenshots, but this is definitely Beastman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it's Skeletor holding the staff with the 2 slash effects on the left and the right.
Yeah.
When you look at it, he's kind of like holding the staff this way. So we could be wrong.
No, I think you might be right, and it's definitely it appears like a lighter blue. Maybe it is some sort of powered up kind of Skeletor. You know, can't trust the image exactly, but and then this Prince Adam. It's not Earth clothes if it's Prince Adam, but maybe it's the slashing He-Man, or maybe it is Prince Adam in a change of clothes, in Turnian clothes. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
could be. I don't know. But I'm excited about these figures, guys, and to see them. So, but I made sure to caveat completely. So if Mattel would see the article, like this is not leaks, you know, at all. So, because I know they get a little freaky about that. So, okay. So hopefully that answers the question about Prince Adam. If it's another pick, Definitely throw that in the chat. And now let's get to our first news story. What do you guys want to land on? Oh, you guys want to land on the comic first?
Sure. That was a big announcement.
Yeah. Well, all these were like huge. All right. So let me get off the thumbnail. Sorry about that, gentlemen. And let's go to the comic. So for anyone who doesn't know, we have Masters of the Universe, The Wings of Fate. New movie tie-in comic series is coming from Dark Horse Comics on June 10th. A Masters of the Universe movie tie-in comic series is coming. Yes, Masters of the Universe fans that have been chomping at the bit to see the new movie coming to theaters this June. June 5th from Amazon, MGM, and Mattel Studios will have more exciting story to delve into just 5 days later as this new comic series expands its universe. It's called Masters of the Universe, The Wings of Fate. And before I read the synopsis, let's just take a look at this cover. And yep, it's the movie characters, you know. If you guys remember, it was really odd, and Karn was actually mentioning this too on Instagram. It was really odd that the original movie adaptation of the 1987 comic didn't feature the movie likenesses, but they featured the regular. Oh, you know what? I have a copy of it down here. Hang on, down here. You know, it featured the traditional looking He-Man, the traditional looking Skeletor. You know, so but ironically. Beastman looks different, like the movie, right? So
weird.
It is weird. But we do have a look at Mechanic and Roboto, Man-at-Arms, Tila, Ram Man, and Fisto in their movie likenesses, and of course He-Man in that leather skirt. So, and I love this cover here. And then we'll go back to the article. Come on, I can't go back. Oh, you guys couldn't see that image, could you?
Nope. Okay. There you go. You're scrolling up.
No.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It opened to a new page. That was annoying. Let me do. Sorry about that.
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah. All right. It won't let me open it. It opens to a separate window. I got to fix that. Okay. Okay. So the writer of the new comic series will be the fantastic Tim Sheridan. Tim Sheridan is no stranger to He-Man. Tim has written for both Masters of the Universe Revelation and Revolution animated series, the spectacular prequel comics to those Netflix shows, and even voiced King Nero in Masters of the Universe Revolution. We can't forget about the art. On art duties will be the amazing Will Sliney, an incredibly talented artist who is celebrated for his work in many things, including Star Wars and the Marvel Universe. And Masters of the Universe, The Wings of Fate, issue 1 will be released on June 10th, 2026. Again, that's 5 days after the movie's release. So be sure to call your local comic shop and get this series on your pull list. Don't assume there'll be copies readily available because this will be one hot comic. And of course, be sure to meet Tim Sheridan at MOTUNIVERSE. It's Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd and 24th at the Torrance Marriott in Redondo Beach in California. And finally, let's get to this synopsis and see what you guys think. This 4-issue comic series from Dark Horse Comics is set in the world of the film. The series is written by Tim Sheridan, illustrated by Will Sliney. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Colored by Israel Silva and lettered by Ann World Design. The synopsis is, in the aftermath of Skeletor's siege on Eternos, a down-and-out refugee gives sanctuary to a mysterious injured falcon. Now, to save her life, he must embark upon a perilous journey through the mystic mountains and seek aid from the storied inhabitants of the realm of Avion. So what do you think, guys? What do you think about all this?
So it sounds like it takes place in the same timeline as the movie. I feel like this is something that it's like an offshoot of what we're not seeing while we're seeing stuff on the big screen at Earth. This is what is going on Eternia.
Yeah.
That's my take of it. And obviously the down and out after Skeletor siege, I automatically assume that is Man-at-Arms talking about, helping a Falcon. And then pretty much, that's really awesome. They're going through the Mystic Mountains and those fun little Eternia places that, we all know.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is almost like the Marvel universe, right? It's a little side story kind of thing that's happening at the same time that we're watching in the movie, but just in a different location.
Yeah. That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm excited Tim Sheridan is on this gig, because not only do I love him as a writer, but do you guys remember? Oh, here. All right, quiz. Who gets it first? You guys remember the purple octopus in Masters of the Universe Revelation? That purple that was in prison with Man-at-Arms. Do you guys remember his name?
Start with an O, right?
Yes.
I thought it was the Orlax.
Yes. Jay's got it. The Orlax of Primaria. So what's cool about Tim Sheridan is, I have a lot of comics over there, and I read like a lot of comics for the MCU and read their like prequel comics to their big movies, and they were frivolous. They meant nothing. They were like ineffectual to the entire story. But with Tim's prequels, that whole story is centered around the Orlax and how big the Orlax was involved in the events of Masters of the Universe Revelation. I mean, it actually expanded the story of Masters of the Universe Revelation by leaps and bounds. It wasn't ineffectual. And then with Tim Sheridan's prequel comic, Masters of the Universe Revolution, where it had no He-Man and it featured Hordak and it featured Keldor, it actually took place. Tim took scenes from Masters of the Universe Revelation and did a little story before a scene and did a little story after the scene. And then you would see like part of his training that we saw in Revolution happen in the comic as well. So he fleshed out scenes we actually saw in the show. So I'm excited, not only because I love his writing, but because Tim knows how to write prequel comics that aren't just like a waste of time, just to capitalize on people's excitement, and they really mean nothing to the entire story. So that's why I'm excited about it. And I love this art as well. What are your thoughts, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, like one of the great things about comic books is that they can fill in the gaps, that the movie can't explain to us, right? There was a series where I think DC explored the Batman '89 movie if it had been continued the way Tim Burton had cast it, right? So like Harvey Dent, was continued by Billy D. Williams, what I mean, like his original casting for the Riddler, like a lot of things which a lot of fans were very excited about, and it filled in the gaps about what would have happened if Tim Burton had continued directing, which was fascinating. And I think that this is another opportunity here with Tim and with all the writers to really flesh out the story for what's actually happening in the timeline between, right? Like as Mike had mentioned, like what happens on Eternia, the struggle, the resistance, you know what I mean? Like, again, we're just speculating. We don't even know what's actually happening in the movie right now.
Right.
But looking at the trailer, it seems as if, Eternos was under siege. Something's happened. The Queen looks like she's in jail. There's a lot of things because Man-at-Arms is a rogue, right? These are just all speculation based on what we see in the trailer. But it stands to reason that we actually might get a glimpse on what's actually happening during this time, and probably at least very early spoilers. I mean, like obviously it has to reference the movie in its actual depictions, right? Because you can't just start off a story by saying, "Yeah, here's Tila and Duncan, and wandering in the woods trying to find a secret thing." You have to have some background on that. So it'll be interesting how they tackle that portion of the book, considering the fact that you don't want to give away too much, but at the same time, you're afforded a certain amount of leeway when doing that. So it is going to be interesting.
I noticed a comment, guys, that I just want to bring up. It was from the mighty Thanos. He said, I have a bad feeling about Stratos after reading that synopsis. Stratos won't be in the movies. So they're going to cover him in the comics.
There's always a possibility for a sequel.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Can't assume. Well, Masters of the Universe 1987.
That's
looking at you.
Revelation. We literally just saw Stratos buzz off, all the different races of Eternia come in the very last episode. I mean, it was literally like the battle for Eternia, and they didn't even talk. You just saw them fly by, and everyone was fighting, right? So it was it. Sometimes these things do happen. I mean, we've heard from multiple sources that, like, oh, I caught a glimpse of this, or I caught a glimpse of that, for these early screeners, these test screeners, right? So take those with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, everything right now is speculation. We don't know who's going to get screen time, who's not. But at the end of the day, things are cut from the film because they slow down the pacing. They're not as important, right? And you never know. We might get a director's cut, very much like Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings, if you guys know, there was the theatrical cut, which did get released on DVD, but then there was the director's cut, which added, in many cases, 15 to 30 minutes of additional footage, which was insane.
Made it over like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, they filmed all 3 films back to back. I mean, they filmed them all at the same time, rather.
Exactly. Yeah. And money specifically. But yeah, it was crazy. And because of that, we have if you are, a Lord of the Rings aficionado, you have to look at those films because they really do add a lot of subtlety to the narrative. Yeah. So this is just something else to look forward to for future expectations. So very much looking forward to this.
Oh, me too. Let's see. We have Brelly Ghost. I hope the film is a success for sequels or a possible series connected to the film. I could picture Orko having a series like Knuckles did. Wow.
That'd be cool.
Oh, geez, my head would explode if something like
that would be awesome. That would be hilarious.
That would. Or a Netflix series, right? Based on Orko. Kind of like what Marvel.
It'd be Amazon Prime series. Let's be.
Good call, Mike. We have Steve. Sweet, just checking. Hope everyone's doing well. Good to see you, Steve. What is the best line to start collecting? Movie figures, or do you mean just traditional, like vintage like figures? I
was like, the best line to collect is the vintage line, guys. Come on now.
Yeah. Or maybe Origins, right?
Okay. So.
Here we go.
No. Just a really quick opinion. The context is not there. If we're talking specifically about the movie, you really can't go wrong with the children's core line. And the reason being is because looking at the sculpts now, as I did when I was at Toy Fair, they're pretty good. They look like really decent, and they do have certain things which collectors today's collectors might be critical about, like they don't have any ankle articulation, which is odd. But the sculpts look good. The figures are actually really well made, and it's a really great price point, starting at $9.99 USD. That's actually
that's the other thing. Yeah, is price point involved? Because otherwise, collect Mondo, man. Go big or go home.
Yeah. But if you want to get started, if you just want to collect a line which you can finish, more than likely you'll be able to finish this line, right? Yeah. So at $9, it's not a bad way to jump in. And then as you collect that line, then Chronicles will come out, and you can literally. This is the one time. I guess Origins and Masterverse were the same thing, but you can literally compare the differences between a premium line versus a core kids line, right? And then start deciding: do I want to pay $22 a figure, $24 a figure, or what was it, $19 a figure, something like that? Like, do I want to pay $19 a figure, or do I want to pay $10 a figure, right? So it's not a bad jumping off point, and you can just keep expanding from there. I will say that between the two, it's your personal preference at the end of the day, right? But Either one would be fine to jump into. But I think Mike is not wrong. Going to local flea markets, going to like garage sales, going to even on eBay if you want. There's no shortage of vintage lots and huge collections which you can purchase. Mind you, there's varying states of condition, right? Some prices, right? Oh, it depends, right?
I mean, there's certain figures, on average, you can still get a vintage, I don't know, even Beastman and like your Core 8 and in a decent condition, $25-$30.
A He-Man in a good condition, I think it's like 100.
Is 100, yeah.
100
so.
Especially
sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes somebody's cleaning out their closet, or somebody, an estate came up, and sometimes you just, fortunately land on a lot which nobody was paying attention to, and you get a whole collection of Master Universe. I'm watching a whole bunch of different toy tubers right now who just say literally, I just went to the flea market and they were selling them for like $2 a piece. It's like holy crap, and it was like some guy got a Panther.
East Coast somehow,
right?
Never here in California. Always the East Coast.
No, it was California. I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was crazy.
So the one thing,
just don't know what they have, right?
Jay, the one thing I wanted to bring up about that name Core and why I'm calling it Kids, Core, and First Ones is not only because we saw some stuff of upcoming figures, and with retailers they're still getting the name First Ones, but the guy at the guy at Toy Fair, right? He's not a Mattel rep, right? He's an actor. He's an opera singer. His name was Gus Farwell, and he was the guy doing the Chronicles and the First Ones figures. And there's some videos out there where he says this is the core, and this is the collector line. And those are standard industry terms. And I got some paperwork from Mattel. Thank you, Mattel. Describing all the figures, and they call, like, for First Ones, the first group of figures core. They say core figures, and then they say featured figures, and it has the more expensive He-Man, and it has the more expensive Skeletor. It didn't say featured core figures. So considering that guy wasn't really a rep from Mattel, he's supposedly really nice, great actor, a great singer. I'm not fully convinced this is called core like Origins. It's not a name, it's more of a classification. A lot of people were talking about that in our forums too, some industry expert, that it's a classification. So I call it Core, First Ones, Kids, because Roy at Mattel on Instagram, he calls it kid focused, the kid focused figures. He doesn't mention Core, he doesn't mention First Ones. So I just throw it all there so no one gets confused.
Yeah, the real problem is that, so at Toy Fair, we were actually specifically told there is no such thing as First Ones. We were told multiple times.
But we see it
by multiple people, right?
But you saw it on Mattel paperwork,
Yes, but that's those are internal documents, right? Why they decided to internally, it's probably just to differentiate them. Like what it could have just been something in passing. These are the first ones going to be released, right? It could have been anything. But everyone at the, like, when we were asked, and many of us were like, so where do we see the first ones? And they're like, there's no such thing as First Ones. That was what they told us when we walked in, right?
Let's be defiant and just call them First
Ones. They actually sort of instructed us, you should stop using the term First Ones because it doesn't exist, right? So now many of us, and the thing is, it's hard because we've been saying it for like weeks and a month, right? But internal documents are internal documents, so now they're basically telling us it's the kid. The official term, just like you said, AJ, official terms or whatever, but all they're saying is this is the kids' core line. And I think what they were trying to say is this is the kids' line. Yeah. This is the kids' line. This is the collector line. Those are the two terms that they would I think they would prefer we use, right? There's the kids' line versus the collector line. Again, being there was fascinating.
Masterverse or
no, that's right. There's no real
line. This is the collector line.
But like Origins is not written on the package, right? So there was a real thing, right? But because they did actually say Origins, right? Again, that could have been internal, right? But the thing is, it just got adopted by the fan base. And here's the thing: fans can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I'm calling them First Ones. I don't care.
I'm calling them little guys.
Yeah,
but the little guys.
But whenever a rep would come up to us or somebody who was like a promotion manager or whatever, marketing manager, they literally would say, "Yeah, there really is no such thing as First Ones. Like that's like we don't know," and they would tell us we don't know where that came from.
Well, I saw the screenshots of the upcoming characters and a certain First Ones play set, and And that says, see, I'm saying first ones. It actually says first ones in the retail listing, just
Yeah.
like Target says first ones. So it's crazy.
It is.
I hope they unify their focus on these names if they continue this line. So let's say hello. We got Steve saying hi to Nolan. New Skeletor, same great taste. Nolan's excited for the Chronicles line. AJ's doing the Lord's work for us. What was I doing? Oh, the Chronicles, the screenshots, the upcoming waves. Thanks, buddy. Sight beyond, appreciate that. It did take a long time and a lot of the
That's how far back we are. We gotta.
I was zooming in on frames, taking screenshots, trying to find the best one. Looks like Prince Adam to me, maybe. Let's see. You guys are doing the work of the gods of eternity. Of eternity? Yeah.
Eternia. Eternia.
Yeah, okay. You guys are doing the work of the gods of Eternia. So pumped up for this movie. He-Man was the first toy line I ever collected officially and had about 60% continued success by the power of Grayskull Mass Info. Nice. We're excited too. We got Bozzy saying, "Hey, Jay." And the Pussycats. Let's see. We still haven't seen an image of Mossman. That's true. Not even the cover of this new comic.
Kind of what I was hoping for, and that's probably why they released it so early. I was expecting to see, and we kind of do with Mechanic, but see something from the movie that's new that we haven't seen. But he did give us a sneak peek that it was a 2-part, right? And he's like, "Oh, haven't shown you the full cover because it's a 2-pager." Yep.
I thought Mossman was there was something that everyone was focusing on Mechanic. It was our first shot of Mechanic. And it was like someone took a picture of like a slideshow right on the wall. And it was our first shot of Mechanic. In the right-hand corner, there was something green, but it was really blurry. So that might have been our actual Mossman. And they said first ones on the thing. So I'm going to say it, first ones figure. That might be our first sighting, but actually Mattel, I posted that and said it came from this blog. Mattel took it down. So they didn't even ask me. Instagram took it down on their behalf. And I was like, oops. So so I apologize. And that's why when I posted
always getting in trouble.
Yeah. Especially the last couple months. So that's why I made sure I was like, this is all legit. Those Chronicles waves. All nothing leaks. Masters of the Universe. We need the Marvel Motu run in a collected volume, including the movie. Not the biggest, but would love it. Yeah, I would like. Well, hang on. What was Marvel the first comic? Was that that was DC? Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's see. Billy D. Williams voiced Two-Face in the Lego Batman movie.
Nice.
All right. Stefan. Hey, dudes. My name is Stefan, and I'm a huge He-Man and Star Wars fan. Welcome, Stefan.
Stefan.
Giraffe. That skirt that He-Man is wearing. Good to see you, Giraffe. Man, I miss the fur more and more.
I don't know about that. I mean, I like the fur. Don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't translate to live action. I don't feel like it's weird.
Have you guys seen that meme that where the fur comes from? You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
Or He-Man shaving.
I thought that was hilarious. I actually really thought that was funny as heck. It was cool.
I did that too. How do you, Eternianos, how do you feel when you hear that this new movie will be a lot of comedy or parody? Considering what some people are saying about having information on this and calling this a Barbie 2. I didn't hear parody, but I did hear.
Yeah, I didn't hear parody either.
I did. And I heard it I'm hearing a lot of that, but it comes. I was pointed to the fact by a viewer that someone in the wider Motu community who has been of note for years and likes to be outspoken about Motu and might have at one point said that the line is dead, has said that it's more of a parody and a comedy, and that it's going to be a terrible movie.
Because that person has access to all that, right?
Supposedly, they still have some information, and apparently they have the whole script. So
I was going to say, I also know people that have read different versions of the scripts, and they said that it's been great, and yeah, there was a lot of parody in it, and it's been rewritten and things like that. And
Yeah.
we need to
And
just
and we personally
have
know
faith.
we have actually interviewed someone who has seen two different versions of two
Yes,
different screeners.
and they look,
Right.
and that's watching the actual piece.
Yes, that is watching certain cuts. That is
Yes.
watching certain cuts, long cuts too. So, but from those cuts will eventually become a movie. And the only thing I can say is everything that they mentioned when we were interviewing them was shown in the trailer. So that to me says that they have some sort of insight, whether they're right or wrong. Right, the things that we saw in the trailer, they told me specifically, right? Like, no, I'll go ahead and say it. What they said in that there was a comic book store, and there was a comic book store. They said there was something was holding on to the sword, and something was holding on to the sword, and you know what they said? Like, you can watch the interview, right? So the things that they said, you know, and again, we didn't even mention those things in the interview.
Right.
We said nothing about that, right? So. But they mentioned that to us in passing, right? So I'll continue to say what I've always said. Let's watch the film and make our own decisions.
Exactly.
Let's not wait for people to make decisions for us. Let's see what happens, because the only one who can judge these films is you, right? But as I continue to say multiple times, it'll be a damn shame if you don't watch the film and just basically take that and say, this is not my Motu and I'm not going to watch it. That's a damn shame. Because you are missing out on something truly monumental.
I don't think it's going to be a parody, at all. Travis Knight is a fan, and I don't believe he's going there. And he's changing things to look. They were going to put Skeletor in a gold mask, right, in previous scripts, and he said no way. It's going to be a skull on a blue body. So. But I do believe there'll be lots of comedy. And me being a fan of Filmation, I want everyone to think about one certain aspect of that trailer. Jay mentioned the comic book store. Do you guys remember Prince Adam's voice? When he's pulling the sword, when he's narrating, he's not using that Prince Adam Clark Kent voice, but he uses it one time in that comic book shop. And if we get more of that, I can see some of the negative reactions that weren't fans of Filmation, that only remember the vintage toys, or maybe only are fans of 2000X and say, oh, I hate Prince Adam like this, But that is true to Filmation, and Travis Knight did come out and say he's trying to honor Filmation. That's what they're trying to do. The production designer said that. They're trying to honor Filmation as much as they can. I think the word was purely faithful as much as they can.
Yeah.
And a muscle Prince Adam that talks that way is one of them.
Yeah, the thing I think is people don't like, they're taking the term parody literally. That's not like what they're doing is, at least from what we're seeing in the trailer, there are literal scenes which are absolute 100% callbacks to our own world, right? And this is, and you know what, I've always been critical about the idea that it's happening on Earth. Right, but it's a media. It's MacGuffin, right? The power sword is a MacGuffin, right? It's the quest to find the power sword to return him to Eternia to find his destiny. At least that's what the trailer is telling us, right? But in between those moments, just like in Barbie, and I've never seen Barbie, but just from the trailers we can tell, right? They are literally making callbacks to the show, the toys, everything. But these are supposed to be small, little things which only us as the fans can appreciate. Nobody from this generation is truly going to understand unless they are following any of us. They're following HE-MANIA.com. Their parents grew up on it, and they want to know, and they taught them what it was to what He-Man was and everything. Nobody from this generation is really going to take in stride the way we are going to do this. But at the same time, we are going to be as critical as possible because we are from this generation. But I think what we're seeing is just playful little nods that we will just basically laugh at, or we'll just, groan like, but at the same time, it's just fun.
I think you're right on the course where it has, I mean, at the end of the day, Masters of the Universe is a kind of a funny IP, right? And people want to take it so seriously from the mini comics and this dark fantasy. But when Filmation came out, and like you said, Travis Knight is heading in that direction, you gotta poke fun a little bit at yourself of the cheesiness of it, of like there's this prince that turns into a guy that looks, and I think that's why they're not going to do the secret identity in the movie. It just doesn't make sense. Like he looks exactly the same, he just gets a tan. Like what? No one knows. Come on. So I definitely think you're right there, Jay, where it's like, you know, you gotta just understand this movie will probably poke fun at itself. And for us that have been fans since, you know, 1983 or 82, even when it first came out, we're either going to laugh or we're going to go, oh, like, you know, we saw that in the trailer with the he/him, and it's like, it's he-man, not, you know.
Yeah.
But some people didn't get that. And it was like, are you kidding?
So many things you can do with this film, but I think dark fantasy would have killed it. I think that there's a tendency to want to go back to the Alcala age, you know what I mean, and want to go back to the original mythos. There's a place for that, but I think you have to flesh that out more in a television series. If you look at Primal, right, the series Primal, I think a lot of people are hoping that would be a He-Man-esque storyline. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about.
Or fan film. Look at Fall of Grayskull. I feel like that is doing it wonderfully. I'm super excited for Fall of Grayskull too.
Exactly. And that will exist, right? Mm-hmm. But for this to be for like, I look at it this way, and you know, you don't have to agree with me, but I look at this that Mattel and MGM, Amazon, everybody who's involved with this, they want this to actually make money. They want this to be a viable franchise. And yes, they looked at Barbie and said, "What did we do there that worked?" Right? And they said, "Well, we didn't shy away from the goofiness of Barbie." So, you know, should we shy away from some of the ridiculousness? Oh, by the way, I really quickly, why don't you guys talk about something? I'm just going to show you something that was really cool that was given to us.
Okay. We'll go to some comments here. William asks, is Scareglow in the movie? Haven't heard about Scareglow in the movie. Mike, there you go. You got it straight from Mike.
I know. Oh, yes, he's in it. It's amazing. He like comes out and I think he kills somebody and it's crazy.
And Skeletor kills Prince Adam. And then he asks, is Manny Faces in the movie?
Oh my gosh, yes. He actually fights Scareglow, and that's who dies.
Well, actually, I think this one is a yes, because people saw at the CinemaCon footage, they saw concept art for Spikor, which we saw in the trailer, Battle Cat, which we haven't seen yet, but we saw Cringer, we know. And one of them, is Beastman, which we saw in the trailer, and Manny Faces. So that would be, as long as he doesn't get cut out of the film, it seems like it's a confirmation that he'd be in there. So,
or do people call Manny Faces and they just mixed it up and it's actually Mechaneck?
It's possible. Yeah. No, you're right, because that was what is his name? John.
Yeah, and he's a fan, but it's not, when they're calling him Lockjaw and
that's a good point, Mike. That's a great point. So
all these other things, they're like, oh yeah, we saw Manny Faces, and it's like, but that was Mechaneck. You know.
Steve says, what would be sweet if the future of Chronicles is successful, hoping they would do an 87 movie figures. Yeah, I mean, yes, I want the whole line of 87 movie figures, but Steve, I'm already depressed that we don't know what's going to happen with Masterverse, but I'm very depressed. I have every Masterverse and every Classics 1987 movie figure, and neither of them were completed. You know, and Masterverse has finally gone the furthest. We got movie Beastman, we got movie Evil Lynn, and they teased movie Man at Arms and Tila, and I'm like, yes. So if we don't get that, I agree with you. It would be cool, but it seems like these movie lines will start with He-Man and Skeletor, and it'll trickle out and never finish. So I would love that, Steve, if they finish it. So, but those Skeletroopers, right? Oh, Army build those. Let's see. Yoagomide says He-Man 2026 and everything else. Sorry, we need someone to translate.
Yes, throw some translations in there.
Oh, Kenzo! Oh, that's why Jay left. Yo, what's up, gentlemen? Let's try to go connect. Let's see. We got Belloc. Hey, fellow dudes. So excited about this 2026 Masters Universe film. Anyone have a lead on whether or not He-Man's ugly, pointy, fleshy, fugly knee joints will be what we get or not? I guess we'll never know until the figure comes out.
Yeah, until they come out.
Because even the stuff at Toy Fair could be prototypes.
Yeah, they look like prototypes, but then it's weird because they had it packaged right behind it. So it was like,
yeah, I think they've done one-offs with the packaging as well. And they have that crazy 3D printer. Did you see that 3D printer at Mattel? Mike? Oh, there was a video. It might have been Pixel Dan, where they have this 3D printer where they can print the whole action figure in color at Mattel. And they can even 3D print chains. Like, you know, how a chain is interlinked? It's amazing. I couldn't believe the technology. And that's how they print up like prototypes and stuff like that, right in the Mattel offices. And it was ridiculous. Let's see. Continued. We'll have much better knee joints visually. I grimace and wince in pain when I see reviews lately from Pixel Dan.
A lot of people were liking them. It's like the double joint, right? So you can do a lot more posing.
Yeah, I don't think they like it visually. You know, they like more the classics.
Yeah, on the back of the knee, it looks like an H pattern, right? Yeah. It's got this unusual thing, but I think it's because it flexes a bit, right? Yeah, you got to get used to it. It's new innovation. But here's the thing: as we know, these are the ones that are on the floor are all prototypes. So the final version still could change at the end of the day. We just don't know.
Yeah, we were saying that. It's even though Wave 1 could be one way, Wave 2 could be another. I remember the Club Grayskull figures when Super 7 took over. Like Wave 1, when Mattel took over, had these weird feet that were rockers, you know, and then Super 7 thankfully got rid of them. Yeah. And granted,
horrible.
We should. I'm gonna star this one. You should.
Mattel did, but it was actually Mattel who created the second rocker. Before like it was only Beastman, He-Man, Man-at-Arms. I believe that those were the only three with that weird like visible rocker. It was so odd. After that, they created the pivot arc, which was nice. That
AJ, scroll down to the bottom of the comments and go about like 3 or 4 up. I want to say.
Okay. Perfect example also is Masterverse. Late in the line, they came up with drop down hips. I think it was with the web store wave. And they never had drop down hips before. Oh, hang on. There it is. Yeah. It's writer Tim.
I did hear that there is one
himself. I can't believe I got here so late. Did you hear? Did you guys hear? There's a movie comic book tie-in.
We literally just went over it, Tim.
I don't know. We're just talking about a comic book. Some dude wrote it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna. I don't know if you're a fan of the writer, Tim, but we are. So, we actually talked about it, you know. And Tim, if you're actually really late, this is going to replay on YouTube once the whole live thing is done. Because we covered it. It was really one of the things we were most excited about. So we covered the comic. We spent a good, I think, 20 minutes on it. And so once this whole live production is done, anyone who missed the beginning could go back and watch the actual broadcast on YouTube.
We were saying how Scareglow kills Manny faces and all this kind of crazy.
Well, you know, Tim, if you got a second, like if you're available, why don't you jump in and give us a quick, you know, like hello or something? I don't know.
I don't think. I don't think he would be able to talk about the comics.
I'm sure he's under.
I'm not saying he's talking. I'm not saying he talks about the story. I'm just saying come in, say hi, you know, and tell us what it feels like to actually have the book out now. Because like we've been alluding to this for like months. You know what I mean? So
I don't even know he could do that. He has to pretend it's like his chat. Did you hear? Where was I?
Well, yeah, now I don't know where you left.
Yeah.
My bad.
Fiction fan says he's going to pass on the kids' toys. Get Chronicles. Yep, totally up to you. Do you know what, guys? I'm sort of leaning to the kids' toys for some reason. It's just, I don't know, something about that. It's just working for me. Vaughn says, I'm not happy with the scale of the collector line at all. They will not scale with the rest of my collection. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that too. I would have loved the movie to be in Masterverse scale, but you know. Let's see. Hopefully the tariff fails that was announced will help prices come down too. Hopefully, anything that brings down prices is good for us
I mean, a $10
collectors.
price point is pretty good. I don't think you can get much lower.
Oh yeah, yeah, very true, very true. At least with Chronicles, maybe it could come down.
Yeah, Chronicles, baby. A little bit.
I love what Mattel designers did with the kids line knee joints, but dislike the scale. Man, I hope the Chronicle knee joints look better. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, the scale for the kids line, Jay, you saw them. Are they're smaller than 5.5? Or are they right around the?
They're pretty much 5.5. Like the difference is Origins will always look heftier because they are heavy set figures, right? Unrealistically large. So when you scale them down to a more humanistic size, it looks very strange beside each other. So that's the way it is. Wow, Tim has a comment at 12:55. That's
okay. Cool. Real quick, I'll go to it in a second. Rajad, I'm not going to bring that up because it's a spoiler for some people. And Ryan, Jay avoided that special toy designer's name, so I'm not going to click on that and bring that up. Let's find another response from Tim here. Let's see. I got a DM 2 hours ago from James Wilkinson, who plays Mechanic. He's so excited about the comic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what? These heroic warriors and evil warriors, I think, are really going to be great in this community. You know, after the movie comes out and their shackles are unleashed, I've heard from a bunch of them, and you know, they're some of them aren't big stars, you know, and they're just excited as much as we are that they're in this movie. And I think they're going to be very active in this community once all things are said and done. It's going to be so exciting to have all these people. And we hope that someone could show up at MOTUNIVERSE, hoping. Yep, trying to make that happen, but we'll see. So we should get on to some more news, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover. So let's.
I do have to hop off in about an hour though, because I got work today.
So. Yeah, I know. So we got to clean this up here. Oh, Tim says, I'm an action figure collector, and I don't care what the scale figures are in. I just inject them all to my veins. There you go.
That plastic crack.
And Mechanic looks like he's got lost from the set of G.I. Joe. Actually, we could bring up Mechanic real quick. So let's bring up HE-MANIA.
I do wish they would have. I mean, that triangular helmet is iconically Mechanic. They should have left it pointy at the top. I know it would have looked goofy, but it's him. I don't know. But I do like, you know, it's got a very 2000X look, and he looks great. Everything else about him, I'm in love with. I just really wish they kept that angular helmet.
Yeah. I think I'm going to grow to love this look. It's a little different. I think someone mentioned in the comments it's a little it has some Filmation vibes, you know, it's kind of pared down some. But he needed like silver boots, right? He needed a little more silver in him. But I think ultimately I'm going to like him. And oh yeah, we have a shot, don't we? We were able to see in the trailer. It's not a leak, Mattel. Where is he? There he is. I mean, he was behind Ram Man, but no, he definitely looks like the figure.
Those eyes are glowing.
Those eyes are glowing. I'm so excited. I never thought I'd be talking about a movie with Mechanic in it.
Right?
And Ram Man. I'm so excited. Jeez.
I think that's, you know, honestly, all these people are like, oh, it's going to suck, or it's parody and it's a comedy. It's like, they're going so deep on these characters. If you're a fan of Motu, how can you not, like, we're getting Mechanic on a big screen. Are you kidding me? Like, we're getting Spikor on a big screen. Come on.
Let's see.
Here's the thing, and people just bark, and the reason they bark is because it gets them attention, right? At the end of the day, and I understand that. I understand that strategy on social media. I totally get it. But let's just be happy, man. Let's just be happy that Master Universe is getting all the attention that they can this year. And the thing is that when we know this, because Mattel actually said it, Master Universe, the movie, has made so many waves for Master Universe, and Mattel is really recognizing it. They're putting everything else on pause to concentrate on this movie, really to push and try and make it a conservative, a real, not conservative, a real effort to push Masters into the public consciousness. That's crazy.
It's great,
right? That is nuts. That's never that hasn't happened
Instagram,
in decades.
right?
That has not happened in decades.
Mattel's general Instagram. So, not Mattel Creations, not Masters, Mattel. You go to their Instagram, they have the top 3 pinned. Get to it here.
While Mike's doing that, I just wanted to say that Mattel was giving us swag bags, which is awesome at Toy Fair, and it's the bigger companies really did make, like, when they want to give you guys an experience, they really do, which was shocking, right? I've never experienced it. That is a lot of toys in here, but no Masters Universe toys, which didn't surprise me. I mean, the line, like everything that's been in the product line now is already out, right? And they don't really have much of a retail presence as much. But the one thing they did give, which harkens back again to the appropriateness of what they're doing, they give us the Empire magazine.
Oh, that's awesome! That's a subscription version.
This is the subscription version. This is the special edition subscription.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Jay.
This was great. And if anybody, if you need some coverage on this, head over to HE-MANIA.com, because there are a lot of what was covered in here is summarized on HE-MANIA.com with photos. All right, so you guys got to check out HE-MANIA.com to be able to get your inside scoop on this. But it's a 6-page. This is the craziest thing about this. It is literally a 6-page feature, right, on Master Universe, and it covers everything, right? It covers the whole, basically everything that
has even like toys over there.
The direction that they were going for, the idea that it is a, and the article is written unironically, because they literally do just talk about how mad, right? Because this is a UK magazine. They talk about how mad this film is, right? Like blue skinned demons, you know what I mean? Like names like Fisto and Ram Man, all the you get your chuckles in right now. That's what they talk about. But they're not shying away from the idea, especially Travis Knight, because as if you want to read these articles and synopsises for yourself, just head over to HE-MANIA.com, because right Travis Knight literally says in this article, he says at one point they wanted us to put Skeletor in a mask, and I said, F that. Skeletor is a blue-skinned, skeleton, emoting skeleton face villain. And we are just going to lean into that, because if you're going to do something as mad as Master Universe, you just go for broke, because to be perfectly honest with you, that's what made it so charming. That's what made it so impactful to a generation of fans. And the fact that this man, that the team behind Masters Universe, the movie, is acting like this and really leaning into the idea that these characters are absolutely ridiculous, really harkens to the idea that this is such a beloved franchise. But we're also getting into the idea that people, as we grow, our sensibilities change. But the core factor of this is that this movie is being marketed not just to us. Of course, it's being marketed to us, and that's why there are things in the movie for us, little things that we can laugh at and be happy about. Yeah. But the reality is this movie is being marketed to a new generation of fans, so that Master Universe can continue into the future, right? Mm-hmm. Our Master Universe is never going to go away. It won't, because it's history. But this new generation of fans is who's going to take over when we move on from other things. So I'm all for this. It's going to be excellent.
This is a good segue for Skeletor here. This is one of the pieces that Jay was talking about, where we covered
real quick. Since
I'm sorry. Hang on. Hang on.
I've been holding my phone frozen forever.
Mikey, I'm sorry.
I was actually stunned by that Empire magazine, which I was just like, wait, what? Here you go. So Mattel, nearly 1 million followers, right? On Instagram. Look at those top 3 pinned posts. All Masters of the Universe movies. They have 969,000 followers.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
The movie has had over, getting closer to 40 million views. You know what I mean? Like the trailer. Things are changing for Master Universe in the best way possible.
Yeah. All right, real quick. Actor Jared Leto wears a blue skin muscle suit for a Skeletor role and talks with a Shakespearean tone. As reported in the most recent issue of Empire magazine, writer Dan Jolin joined director Travis Knight at the London office of DNEG, where the Masters of the Universe movie is undergoing post-production. Travis Knight and editor Paul Rubel showed the writer some work-in-progress sequences that included some reveals about Jared Leto's Skeletor. The first revelation was about Jared Leto's body. While the 54-year-old Jared is already in great shape with muscle definition, this picture was taken when he was 53, 1 year ago, the actor still wore a practical suit for the film. Here is the quote. Empire, quote, though Leto is playing the character, the actor is all but invisible. His body is swathed in a blue skin muscle suit, and his face is entirely replaced with a CG animated skull. Then we go on. But the Skeletor reveal didn't end there. Fans have been wondering what this new movie Skeletor would sound like. Would Jared Leto be emulating the higher pitched sound of Skeletor portrayed by the legendary actor Alan Oppenheimer in the 1983 filmation series He-Man and the Masters of the Universe? Or would Jared Leto's Skeletor sound more like the actor Frank Langella's Skeletor in the 1987 motion picture Masters of the Universe, where the accomplished stage and screen actor intentionally delivered a Shakespearean-style performance? Apparently, it will be the latter, per Empire. And while Jared Leto's vocalization avoids rehashing the memorable nasal whine of the original cartoon Skeletor voiced by Alan Oppenheimer, it doesn't sound like his own voice, having instead a dry Shakespearean timbre. So there you have it, Masters Universe fans. We can't wait to hear Jared Leto's voice as Skeletor. So, good thing, bad thing, guys?
So it's going to sound like Jay's impersonation of Skeletor.
It's going to sound like Frank Langella in a way. Or sometimes I think Mark Hamill kind of gave this like sort of Shakespearean feel.
It's very Joker-ish. That's kind of what I was worried about, is that he's going to go to that. I mean, both of them played Joker, so now we have 2 actors that have both done Joker and Skeletor. Yeah. So, I kept hearing Joker. As much as I love, Mark Hamill playing Skeletor, you still get that Joker sound in it, and I feel like that's where Jared Leto might go.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. The reality is everybody's the biggest thing about it is that he hasn't had the best track record, right, as far as films right now. But the reality is that he's going to create his own performance, just like he did with Joker, right? And I'm eager to see what he can bring to Skeletor. And if he ends up sounding, you never know, because again, the way they're playing this film, he probably will end up being at one point anyway, just going ahead and saying, you boob. He might actually say something like that, just to again throw it back into the fans, right? That's possibly something will happen. And when that happens, I will be on the floor. I will be on the floor laughing, and you know what? I think that I'm looking forward to this film, truthfully.
Oh, we lost
Mike.
Mike.
Mike was frozen for a while, actually. He did that.
Oh, I thought that was his look. He was so Shay, you're doing it good, my friend. All right, let's see how long Jay can hold this.
Not very long.
So Draft says 100% anything not Filmation or Revelation. 87 movie or 2000X Skeletor, or even a hint of the CGI version would be great. Aw, man. Actually, 2000X kind of has a hint of Alan Oppenheimer. to be fair. You know, so, but let's see.
You can't do anything without CGI these days. And you know what? It would, as much as I appreciate Frank Langella's and the prosthetics that they use for him, which were great. I think we deserve, you know, a Skeletor the way he's supposed to look. And I think that as far as what we've seen so far, he looks great. I have a video coming up because I ended up getting really close into the costume design. I took the opportunity to get really close and examine, you know, the design of the costume while I was there. And I found some really cool Easter eggs, some things which I don't think anybody expected. So,
what do you mean design of you mean those mannequins?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went really close. I got some really close detailed shots, and really, I'm very, very excited about what I saw. So
I want to know. I want to know if those mannequins will be Masters Universe Classic. I would love that on vinyl. I would love to make that happen. I want to know if they're going to be available for retail, because the mannequin company does sell life-size genre figures. They had a Superman. They have a website. I had it linked up on, maybe do I have that linked up?
What you couldn't see from many videos is that these are actually designed as collector pieces. The base actually does have a Masters of the Universe logo, and they are standing on pedestals, which look like if you decided to put one of these in your home, it would look amazing. So just like you're alluding to, AJ, I would love to find out how much these things are. Probably about, you know, $3,000-$4,000 probably, but you know, at retail. But still, yeah, they look stunning.
So I'm gonna go to the company's website. I think it was linked in the bottom. I think I
Sorry about that, guys. My internet, like literally, my wife comes in and is like, "Did your internet go out?" I'm like, "Yeah, went out for 2 minutes." It's
all right. It's all right. We did. We gave your opinion. Jay gave you your opinion.
And Mike says my opinion. So,
and Mike says this sucks. All right, so yeah, the company is called Muckle Mannequins, and this is their website that made He-Man and Skeletor. So it'll be really interesting if they offer it. And let's just see what the price point is on these things. Let's see. Let's go to shop.
It's pretty good, Jay. You should go to Vegas and just have one of those statues.
All right, so let's look how much their Superman costs. 5,000
Tisani's in New York, Madame Tisani's, and they had.
What are we looking at? At the statues?
Yeah, they call them mannequins by Muckle Vision. Anyone looking for the link, it's in the comments of the article about these life-size statues on HE-MANIA.com. And this is
sell them?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. It'll be wild if they do. But here's some other ones that are for retail, and one of them is Superman for $5,563. So
you got to switch. You're still on the HE-MANIA.
Oh crap! It went to another page. Damn it. Thanks for bringing that up.
You should be able to click near the top where it says share this page or instead or something like that.
Yeah, let me see if I can do this. See if this comes up, guys. Does this come up?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. See the little, there's a little pop-up that as soon as you switch to another page, it asks you, do you want to show this instead? So
yeah, okay. Sorry guys for amateur hour.
Oh, this is like the new Superman that just happened.
Yeah, brought to you by AJ, Amateur Hour. So $5,563 for this Superman. So
and again, and you get the puppy.
Well,
or is he extra? Is the puppy extra? The puppy's extra.
No, it doesn't look like he's there yet.
Crypto is extra.
Where's the rest of his boot?
Let's see what else they have. Life size. Holy crap, they have a lot in life size. Wonder Woman from Justice League. Oh yeah, she doesn't look as good. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go up for sale. But it looks like it's going to be around $5,000 a piece, $6,000 a piece, and then shipping. So it seems like
sold. Let's do it.
I have a feeling, based on some of the languages I see, that it's not a U.S. company. So you might have to,
Yeah. Plus another $2,000 in shipping.
Yeah. Iron Cross in the film looks like translucent, like a gem. Yeah. So where were we off? Okay, we were talking about Skeletor. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay with the Shakespearean timber. The Shakespearean tone. I love it in the 1987 film. I mean, my favorite Skeletor is the Filmation one, but you know what? Only I think Alan Oppenheimer could do that voice without sounding like you're putting on a voice. You know, see, we could all act like Alan Oppenheimer.
Will he give the line? Tell me about the loneliness of good. Is it the same?
You never know. I think there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs. I really do. So, all right, back to the books, though, guys. Let's see if we can get back to HE-MANIA.com. Okay. Oh, how about the art of the film? Oh, this is really interesting, guys. So they obviously Masters of the Universe, the art of the film hardcover book is now available to pre-order.
Where? I wanted to pre-order that. I'm gonna do
that
it's
right on Amazon. I have a non-affiliation link. You click on there, and HE-MANIA gets no money. So it's just the way I do things. Maybe I'm done that way because everyone else seems to do affiliation links. But it's $60, and of course, the great thing about Amazon is that they don't charge you until it ships, and if the price goes down, like due to this sale or that sale, it's 15% off. Your price gets reduced automatically.
Yeah, that happened with my Grayskull, the recent one.
Yeah. And you know what's really interesting about this, guys? This is like solves a mystery. Look at this He-Man on BattleCat. And I think it was my buddy David who first pointed out to me. This is the cardboard standee. You remember we showed off the cardboard standee of He-Man on BattleCat? It was our first.
Was at some trade show that I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I have a quick link to it now. I'm thinking about it. It's probably way in the bottom. There it is. There it is. Yeah. I can't zoom any further, but yeah. This, I think it was actually production art and concept art, not actually Nick's face. But from far away, it looked like it was Nick, So. But regardless, so the art of the film. Do you guys have any art of film books, guys, for any movies?
No, I have the Revelation and Revolution artwork, so cartoon. But, not.
They're called the art of.
Yeah.
The art of Masters of the Universe Revolution. Yeah, I'm looking at them. So yes, you do. Yeah. I have a couple. I have one for Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel film and stuff. But yeah, I have both Revelation and Revolution, and they're great books. They show all this great concept art. They show all of these alternative costume designs, and it always seems to get people angry because they're like, "Oh, I would have liked this costume better." Oh, I imagine there's going to be alternative Tila costume designs, right? In her leotard, either hand drawn or even her wearing it. And so people are going to be, "Oh, I would have liked that better." But these books are great, and I think the page count on this is 224 pages, $60, coming out September 22nd.
Man.
Oh, and it says author Dan Jolin. That's the Empire writer. Okay, he's doing this book as well. Well, that makes sense. So, Jay, you can pick that up? I'm not interested.
So I love art books. I really do. But the problem is that, like, it's about the size of a coffee book table, right? A coffee table book, right? That's what these are, right? Yeah. I guess I'd have to take a look at some of the pages because, I like the overall initial design here. You can see the bridge from Eternos to Castle Grayskull. Yeah. You see, so they have a lot of these wonderful concepts.
And that's the cardboard standee they used right over there, obviously, with He-Man and BattleCat. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would like to take a look at the solicitation when it goes up for sale. See some of the behind the scenes and stuff. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, accepted. All right, let's see. More book news. Or the big one, right, would be this novel here. So, Another big announcement, because this is really going to be our first Masters of the Universe original novel. Here we go. Tila, Daughter of Eternos, new cover and title for original Masters of the Universe novel by Mackenzie Lee is revealed. Do we see Granomir? Back in December, HE-MANIA.com broke the news that in the wake of the new Masters of the Universe movie coming this June 2026, we discovered a new original Masters of the Universe novel was on the way. This young adult novel, written by best-selling author Mackenzie Lee, was finally revealed. Check it out. Coming out June 2nd, 2026. Per the solicitation, this is a young adult novel, is a tie-in to the film that focuses on the relationship between Tila and Man-at-Arms and Evelyn. This book is written by Mackenzie Lee. Let's just focus on this here. Tila, Daughter of Eternos. And obviously that's the likeness of Camila Mendes, right? And it looks like she's in Granomir's den. You can see the gold.
Yeah.
You can see the helmet. And you can see the tail. So, yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. I've always wondered if those are his horns peeking out of the helmet. If he take off the helmet and those are he's literally taking off his own horns. Like,
that's an interesting thought. Did he ever take off the helmet in Filmation? I don't know. I don't remember.
No, he never did.
But those are his horns. Those are on his head. So you had one job, dude. Whoever drew this, you had one job. You had one job. But I guess it stands to reason you wouldn't really associate it with Granomir unless the horns were there, right? So
well, the other dragons that he was in charge of didn't have horns, so
that's true. That's true.
Maybe he looks more like the other dragons that he was in charge of and doesn't actually have horns.
That is a good counterpoint, Mike. Jay, do you have a response to that?
And his internet went out.
Oh, he's on mute. Jay's on mute. Okay, so he has no response, and Mike is the winner of the debate. Congratulations, Mike. Do one of these.
Dragons don't necessarily have to have horns.
Yeah. Where's the applause sound? He deserves it. Oh, and I don't have it ready when I need to. It's a very late. There we go. And Jay disappears out of shame.
It's like he had a work call because he was on the phone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I mean that's awesome that they're throwing Granomir. If this is movie universe again, I'm loving the tie-ins. The fact that Granomir is somewhere out there always leaves potential that if this picks up, we might see him in a sequel. You know, we can. This is, and again, this could be happening as a side timeline, much as I was speculating with Tim's comic. Like, this is actually happening during the movie, but it's as we're watching things take place on Earth with Adam. This is what Tila is doing before she goes to retrieve Adam. That's my, again, speculation. I don't know.
Yeah. We also have Giraffe here. Okay, it looks like Jay's ready to come back. We have Giraffe saying you can see Allison Brie in the background of the book's cover. So let's take a look. Yeah, let's see. I apologize. Here we go. Right here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And you know what's really crazy about this? This is a depiction of Dark Smoke, and even the helmet. Everything is actually more of a depiction of a filmation style of Dark Smoke. Right, because that bridge leading right up to the entrance looks very much like it did in Filmation. Obviously, the helmet looks very much like it did in Filmation, and even the design of the dragon's tail, it's very cartoony in its overall appearance. So, you know, it's not the way the artists usually do realistic looking dragons. So it's an interesting juxtapositioning of both, you know, realism and at the same time more cartoony. So. Yeah, I'm loving it. Actually, it's really cool.
Yeah. Now the big question, guys: are you going to read it? Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. I love that reading, Mike.
I haven't read a novel that does not have photos. This is probably sad, but since college a little bit, I guess. but like a non-fiction, or sorry, not a non-fiction, a fictional novel like that, probably high school, like for fictional.
300
We're talking 20 plus years.
Yeah,
336 pages.
Wow.
The last novel I read, no, the last series of novels I read was Harry Potter. And that was well into college and university. That was well into that. And that literally was, after that, it's all audiobooks. I'm sorry to say, but I just don't have time to sit down.
Will this be on audiobook? Probably will.
No. I did read Harry Potter.
I'll probably buy the book, of course, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to read it, and then I'll try, and we'll see how far I get. If it can enthrall me, but it's hard. Like, I need pictures. I don't know. My imagination died with my childhood.
Yeah, I think the last book I read was maybe a couple years ago. Was a Predator book. You know, you guys know I'm a Predator fan, but I've read a lot. I used to read a lot, but I read a lot less ever since the invention of the internet. You know, I mean, let's be honest. You know, and now we have streaming. Remember back in the day, guys, when we only had like so many channels, and they weren't at our fingertips. You couldn't like.
I think that's the thing, man. Like graphic novels, I'll read graphic novels where it's got it's more adult comic book kind of style where it's got a picture here and there. But
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I barely even do those. These days, you know what I end up doing? I watch videos of somebody reading the comic to me. Like that's how sad things have gotten. And like I said, audiobooks, I actually listened to somebody reading the book to me, right? I'm like a little kid. It's so sad. It really is. But I will say that when I was reading Harry Potter, it did give me back that idea of true imagination. When I saw Mad-Eye Moody on screen, I was like, that's nowhere near what Mad-Eye Moody should be looking like. But I accepted it when throughout the film. But again, your imagination is so much more powerful than what anybody can really create.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to read this. They had me at Granomir, even though it's designed for young adults. The young adult books, even though it's 300 pages, Mike, the text is going to be really large.
That'll actually help me a lot.
And it's going to be double space, and it's going to breeze by, and it might actually have some pictures in the book, young adult novels.
Yeah.
Like every chapter or something like that. But Tim is asking, would you read non-young adult MOTU novels? I killed the right one. Yes. Me personally, because I'm an avid reader, or used to be growing up.
I wanted to exist, Tim, so that way I know at some point I can try.
Mike wants it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Condition. So, but yeah.
I think that would be a really good starting point because everyone's talking about how MOTU should be more gritty. It should be more, like Alcala. You know what? There is an opportunity for an Alcala style, world, right? Because Conan the Barbarian, Robert E. Howard, right? That's where all those pulp fiction type of mythos came from. The Hyborian Age, the Sumerian Conan, the whole idea of barbarians really came from that type of fiction, right? Mm. It was not young adult. Those were some really, again, the guy was kind of he was kind of crazy. So
he killed himself at an early age. That's one of the ones I used to read. I think I still have like 25 of those novels. Some of them were written by Robert E. Howard and other writers. Once he died, they continued the stories.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's not for kids. I shouldn't have been reading it at 13. This stuff I was reading. Wow. And not just violence, guys. We're talking about sexual nature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And some violent sexual nature, too. So, yeah, it can
be
very, very traumatizing, depending on how you read into it. But anyway.
Yes. But all three of us would buy it, Tim. One would definitely read it. Mike can keep it in pristine collection and read it when he's older and retired.
There you go.
Check out Tim's other comment. It's funny as hell. Tim, if you read an audiobook to me, I will 100%.
Oh man, there it is. Yes.
There you go. There's your answer. That's right. Oh yeah, he can do it in his King Nero voice, right?
Yes.
Which was an awesome voice.
Let me tell you a tale.
Telling me about MOTU and his
And I'm excited it's happening because it's our first novel, right? How many years?
Yeah.
How many years? 42, 3, whatever. I'm not going to do the math. And we're finally getting an actual novel. So that's not. There might have been adaptation. Was there for the '87 movie? I don't think so.
Are
A
are the audio
novelization of
dramas
it?
are the audio dramas technically novels?
The German
The German audio novels, are they technically?
No. Well, I don't think so. I don't think the book's on tape, and I don't think so. I don't.
They've created an entire mythos in of themselves, which has been somewhat, adopted.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, it's an interesting.
Yeah, Mattel made a anti-Eternia He-Man, so they definitely accepted the fact that that was a thing.
There's one thing else that I promised to mention, guys, that I just want to throw this out there because we were talking the trailer, and then I think Jay might have something to share. Is Eddie, I'm going to pronounce his name hopefully correctly, Thoniak. He reached out to HE-MANIA.com, such an awesome guy, that let us know that his teaser trailer music. He composed the teaser trailer music for the Masters of the Universe Masters of the Universe movie teaser trailer is now available on Spotify, and you can listen to it on YouTube. The entire track, we only got a small portion of it, but the entire track is now available to listen. And we were so excited that he reached out to us. So I asked him a few questions in regards to how the music, what it was inspired from, and I also asked if he was a fan, and indeed he is a fan. And you can read his answers on HE-MANIA.com and find an article. He was definitely a fan of Motu, which is so cool. It's got to be so surreal. You're a fan growing up, and next thing you know, your music is being used in a trailer, right? The actual track is called A Leap of Faith. It's called the Masters of the Universe teaser score, A Leap of Faith by Eddie Theonek. And I believe he's German, and it's great. And you can listen to. We have a preview. I wish I can. Can I play 5 seconds of it? Did that come over?
Yeah, that worked. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get yanked by YouTube here, but we have a preview from Spotify here. We have a link, and also it's on YouTube. And someone posted. Who did that? Enyo posted the YouTube link under the. So please check it out, guys. Check it out, share it. It's a great song. Makes you excited, obviously, because it's now in Masters of the Universe lore and history, that this song will always be part of the fandom. Unfortunately, I doubt it'll be on the actual official soundtrack because he's not the composer of the actual movie, and it won't be featured in the movie, but will be always, this was the first teaser trailer after how many years? 38 plus years since the previous movie. So you go ahead and check that out on HE-MANIA.com. We have the links, and it was awesome that this is out and that he reached out to us. Really cool guy. So Jay, you have something to share, right?
I think so. Yeah. Have we
done with the news?
All the pictures, or
let's see. Well, we weren't going to. I don't think we're going to get back to some. I don't think we're going to cover Toy Fair. I mean, I think that was pretty much covered mostly. But if there's something you want to touch upon, we have other books.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have other books that are coming out. Most of them you can pre-order. Masters of the Universe, a junior novel, and this one is by Steve Belling. So different from a young adult novel, and that will definitely have pictures, Mike. Yes. Yes. Oh, let me get to
or that. What was the He-Man and something? The kid on his shoulder, whatever. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and then we have The Power Within and Masters of the Universe. I Am He-Man. This is a storybook and early reader based on the film. So here's The Power
early
Within.
Reader, I'm all in.
Yeah. And then for level 3 reader, there you go, Mike. It's Masters of the Universe. I Am He-Man. And we got the covers to that.
Definitely picking that up.
Yep.
They really are leaning into the kids, and I like that. This started off as a kids line. It continues, and it's continuing as a kids line. And the thing is that, especially for a company like Mattel, they're a freaking toy company. Toys are going to be top of mind for them.
That's
and
awesome.
this is the way to continue this for the future. So I'm very excited.
Power.
Yeah, Retro Power
Retro
coloring
Power
book.
coloring book. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
So this one is coming out May
just-
5th, 2026.
We
It's
got to pick up some copies.
this is really cool because it says an adult coloring book featuring original 1980s coloring book art for He-Man and She-Ra. So it's a
Wow.
reprint. It's a reprint.
Awesome.
That is
so
awesome.
cool. And I know Allison Troy, the toy princess, will definitely be doing one of these, which will be retro toy princess. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Retro Toy Princess. She does coloring book sessions, and they're awesome. They really are.
Then we have Skeletor Has No Friends. We actually reported this and showed the cover before. Skeletor Has No Friends. Poor Skeletor. That one's coming out May 5th as well. And these are all coming before around the movie. Then we have Skeletor Ate My Homework, The Adventures of He-Man and Porter, #1. A laugh out loud middle grade book about a boy named Porter from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's oddly specific.
Right.
Who is transported to the world of Eternia, written by New York Times bestselling author Stefan Pastis and illustrated by Will Henry. And this is Skeletor Ate My Homework. Oh, there's Porter on his shoulders there, if you guys can see. So, New York Times #1 bestseller. And then we have pre-order links here. Again, no affiliation. So if you guys want to start pre-ordering these books, including the coloring book, you can. In regards to any other news,
Mania again.
Let's see. Oh, Stondar, right? Masters Universe Origins Stondar figure.
Has some teased, yes.
Yeah, it was teased by
Stondar
Mattel.
is coming, everybody.
Yeah, and that one's coming February 24th.
So there's a great segue into the thing. While we were at Toy Fair, publicly, I believe. Who was the actor you mentioned earlier? Who was actually the rep?
Gus.
Yeah, Gus. Gus publicly announced to everybody that Origins isn't going anywhere. Origins is continuing. So that was a huge announcement and huge boon to us all. So Origins is not going away, guys. Origins is going to be Origins is going to be finished. That's a commitment by Mattel. And Origins, there he is. There's Gus. There he is. Good old Gus. Yeah. So became fast friends there. And so fast I don't remember his name. But Gus was cool. And he literally told us 100% that Origin's not going anywhere. So cool stuff.
And this is what he said. Since we're talking about it, this is what he said about Masterverse. He said, this is to Pixel Dan. Dan said, Chronicles is replacing Masterverse, right? And the Mattel rep said, not replacing. And Dan said, well, Masterverse is over, though, right? The Mattel rep says, Masterverse is taking a pause. Let's just say that. I'm not saying it's over and done with, but this Chronicles is definitely where Motu is headed in the future. This is quote there. And then I also posted our quote that Mattel reached out to HE-MANIA.com earlier, or it was last month, and said, quote, while there are still Masterverse action figures in the pipeline for 2026, we'll be transitioning our core offering, there's that word core, to Chronicles later this year. We will, however, also have a number of special releases planned within the Masterverse Vintage Collection. Stay tuned for more. And then we asked if there will be Masterverse in 2027. Mattel said, I can't provide any more information at this time. You'll receive information and updates as details are confirmed to be announced. So we shall see. Hopefully they continue it in some shape or form. Someone was posting in the comments, if Chronicles like slumps and fails, Masterverse will be back real soon. I mean, we hope that doesn't happen, but they said if it's a big bust. So
we'll see. I'm hoping that they at least finish off the 87 movie figures, because again, they've been teasing that so much. Like, whether it was like we've seen Tila, we've seen the Sorceress, we've seen God Skeletor, we've seen Duncan, we've seen the Skeletor's army. We've seen so many different figures and teased, right? So I'm really hoping that and Gwildor, we've seen Gwildor as well. So I'm really hoping
Right.
that they will finish off the Master Universe movie line. Like that's something that I think has to happen. My fingers crossed.
Yeah, we had He-Man and Skeletor in 2022, Evil Lyn in 2023, Beastman in 2024, and Blade in 2025. So,
I think they even teased Zerad, if memory serves, and Karg. I remember Karg was teased on one of the packages as well.
and definitely Skeletroopers, Man at Arms, and Tila was on the package. Yeah, so that's definitely a hope. So,
Giraffe's last comment says Stonedar's page is now up on Mattel Creations. If we're going to cover them, there's nice photos.
they're going to put me to work. No, I appreciate that, Giraffe. Yeah, that means afterwards I'm going to have to do an article and show all the goodies. Let's see. I know I missed some comments, but let's go to some comments and then Jay can show us some stuff. Oh, and we can talk some MOTUNIVERSE before Mike has to go here. Let's see. Jay Brelly Ghost said, Jay's comment reminded me of the quote from the comedy series Silicon Valley. The resolution of your imagination is infinite. Let's see. Dave Sinelli, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Patrick Stewart, or Ian McKellen should voice Granomir. Wow.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. You never know. Granomir might appear in this film. I mean, there's going to be someone, a character or two that's going to appear that we don't see coming.
Right.
So we have Pedro. Hello from the other side of the Atlantic. Hello, Jay, Mike, and AJ. Hey, Pedro. Good to see you.
Pedro.
Is it? Am I pronouncing it wrong? I didn't see an I, so I was saying Pedro.
It's Pedro.
Pedro. There's ROR. Oh.
No, it's Pedro. It's Pedro. It's Pedro Roderio.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we'll agree. Thumbs up. Can't read that one. We have Masters Universe Class. Okay, we need to buy HA record player stat and get this rolling. They're really pushing for this Filmation on vinyl. I would love to have it. I have the CD that came with the collector set, the 30th anniversary collector set. And
I like a year ago, I bought the Transformers television soundtrack from Hasbro. So they released it on two vinyl discs. And while we were at Toy Fair, they just showed off the 40th anniversary movie soundtrack on vinyl, 2 different discs. So it's not like it can't happen. It can.
Yeah, that vinyl's getting real popular again. So,
Masters Universe Classic. Okay, I'm pretty confident Mike, AJ, or Jay reached out to them with the site. They'll do vinyl.
Of course, we have that kind of power, right?
Pow! Do it. That's how the movie was greenlit. We called them up and said, do it.
Actually, it's the opposite. I said, I'll believe it when I see it. And then, and then it happens.
All right, then it was me and Mike. We both gave them a wink and a gun. Let's see. J-Man says, hey, all, my day job, but just want to remind everyone to hit the like. Thanks, J-Man. J-Man, we really appreciate that. Skeletor has no friends, Giraffe says, is a must buy. Poor Skeletor. Let's see. Epstein Files, Jared Leto. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. Yes, getting stoned. Okay. I should read these before I click on them. Kenzo says they should have done Stone-Dar in a 2-pack with Rock on. Yes, that would have been awesome. You know what I was really hoping for, guys? I don't know if you'd like the incarnation, but I really liked Stone-Dar in Masters Universe Revolution. I thought he looked really cool. I was hoping we would get a Revolution figure of him. You know what looked really cool too? Leech. You know, and didn't he have the teeth thing coming out of his hands as well? Wow, that would have been awesome. Boom, Masterverse is better. Yeah,
as we were saying, Origins is continuing.
Origins is life. It's the spice. Stone-Dar Page is, oh yeah, I read that already, or Jay caught that. Oh, okay. Keto diet. Let's see if I'll read these here. Oh yeah, we need 2028?
Yes.
Lubick.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean?
Lubick. Yes.
Well, because it'd be interesting if they actually put a Detective Lubick on Earth. How cool would that be? I mean, it would be recast. He does get arrested, right? Or almost arrested.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like
the
one of
new
those
movie.
officers.
Oh, to have a new movie? No, I think he wants the figure of Detective.
I know.
Luke.
I want that too. I want that. I want him actually in his Eternian gear at the end of the movie. You know, where I would love that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like he's a general. He's a general or something. That would be neat. Yes.
Yeah.
I
And give him some accessory, like a mace, or what do you use? A shotgun?
Use a shotgun.
Yeah. I don't know. If Man at Arms could like spruce it up for him, you know, that would be cool.
Maybe Tila's sniper rifle was actually fashioned by him.
We don't have a release date for the game yet. Movie question from Bourbon and Bulldogs. Young Prince Adam is sent to Earth with the power sword. So does this imply Skeletor can't conquer Grayskull without it? That differs from the cartoon and Grayskull's secrets. I don't know if that implies that. I mean, they might want to kill the lineage, right? Didn't we see that?
All we see from the trailer is a siege on Eternia, so we don't see anything about Grayskull, so we can't come to that conclusion.
I think we learned in Godfather 2 that, you know, it's important when they would hit someone that to kill the kid as well. Even if the kid's 8 or 7, they would say you have to kill the children as well so they don't come back. No, I'm serious.
Godfather 2 reference.
Well, I might be saying, well, these are assumptions.
No, it's Godfather 2.
If they killed Randor and they want to go after
kill the
everyone.
kid too. Yeah, you want to kill the lineage. I get where you're going, but it was just funny that you brought up Godfather 2.
At least I didn't do like put a cat in my lap and do the voice, right? Put the right. Entree says, hello, my friends. Hello, Entree. And of course, Hot Toys figures. Wow. Can you imagine Hot Toys figures? That would be cool. Out of my price range, but because they're what now, $500?
Yeah, I don't do Hot Toys either.
That would be very interesting. But you know what? I wonder.
Complain about them.
We've seen the McCleary figures for Mondo, the Thing, right? So it wouldn't be out of the realm for them to make Master Universe movie figures because they've already dabbled into movie lines with likenesses of actual actors. So I think Mondo should be given a chance for a 1/6 scale line.
I do have a couple Hot Toys Predators over here, and a Danny Glover, which is not a real Hot Toy. I guess I could have expanded that, right? There's one Predator, and then there's Danny Glover. So, but they were at a time when Hot Toys was a lot cheaper than they are now. So, let me advise. Sorry, guys. Andrew Davis just got here. What did I miss? All right, let's start over.
Sorry, I missed.
Hello, HE-MANIACS.
Missed about an hour and 45 minutes worth of us talking.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew. You know what? I didn't know. I totally forgot you lived in New York. Sorry, brother. I totally forgot. We would have hung out, man. We would have hung out. It would have been great.
Well, the good thing is that this will replay, Andrew. So you can catch once this is done, it will show up on YouTube and you can watch from the beginning. Dragon Blaster Lubick. How cool would that be? New Adventures Skeletor with a burrito and it's about to give birth.
What? Okay.
Right there. I want to see that.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Oh, let's go to for you. Both swords are needed to release the drawbridge to Grayskull, though Scareglow has a key to the side entry.
Yeah, that's the
key to the back door.
That's all his story stuff. Cool.
Yeah. I think we're about one more and then Animator Haynes. Oh no, just got here, but I'm in the UK, so I have a good excuse, I guess. You do have a good excuse. So you only missed the best episode ever. You only missed the debate between Mike and Jay where Mike won about Grandma's horns.
And I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear it at all. I was on a phone call. It was crazy.
That's right. So Mike won by default. So and yeah, we already mentioned the Iron Cross. Okay, so we want to mention MOTUNIVERSE and what Jay is sharing. So what do we do first? What Jay is sharing or MOTUNIVERSE?
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, sure. Because Mike is so worried about these figures, as we know. I just want to show a couple of shots that I took at the.
Now, Mike's only got 10 minutes, Jay.
Yeah.
So
I want to take a quick look at some of the figures and the sculpting that were at the event, and these guys, The core line. Let's just get that out of the way. So the kids core line. Honestly, there's a lot of great sculpts, and the paint apps are actually pretty good. Like I think that for $9.99, these are actually pretty good figures. You know, what are they calling these ones? The Skelenites, or what are they called?
Skelenites. It used to be Skelegoons or Skelegoons.
Yeah. Skelegoons.
In the first ones, Mattel back channel paperwork and retail stuff, but now it's Skelenite. The Skelenite. And you know what? Someone suggested in the forums, they said, what if these guys are Eternian guards? And they're like zombified by Skeletor, killed and then raised as Skelenites. How awesome would that be? Huh?
This might be a weird take on this, but for some reason, when I see their face, I think of these guys and go, yep.
Oh,
what happened? wait. Oh, yeah. Yep. The Muppets.
Yeah.
Right? Or Sesame Street or one of those.
They just got like these flaps hanging down. So I'm like,
Yep. They used to freak me out as a kid, Mike. They used to scare the crap out of me. Oh man,
they were fun, man. Those were some fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see it.
Skeletor looks really cool. Like I have to say, Skeletor looks pretty damn awesome.
That's great looking.
I'm very, very happy with the way Skeletor came out. He's got an upside down heart for a nose. It's great. But his character overall, like pretty good sculpt for a $9 figure. That's why I'm saying if anything, you should definitely start the line with these figures. What do you think of this one, Mike?
Face sculpt. Look at that face sculpt, $9.99.
That's what we get. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They could have just 3D printed that right there, so we don't know.
I think that this is because if you see the tempo, right? This has actually been applied with printing technology. So this is as close to as far as I can tell, this is as close to a production model as you can get.
Well, guys, remember they were found in Mexico or Spain. Excuse me, Spain. These figures, so I'm sure they're production. Yeah.
And the one, of course, which a lot of people were. Oh, sorry. This Battle Cat's actually pretty damn cool too, man. He makes noise.
Yeah, you press the horn or something.
Yeah, the horn on the back.
Yeah.
His armor does not come off though. It is fully adhered to the figure.
Well, I got to say, when I was watching Pixel Dan's video of Battle Cat for the Chronicles, and he was putting the helmet on, and it kept slipping off, and I was like, "Ooh,
yeah."
I wonder if that's going to be an issue.
Masterverse Battle Cat has that issue. So
that one I think is still a production. It's still a prototype. They were always talking about how the Chronicles ones are all prototypes, and you could even see some of the paint was chipping off.
Right.
So there's still time to finish the development of that. But I had to get this photo because I knew Mike was very critical about this. So, sorry. I guess we'll take a look at Beastman first.
Beastie, look, he looks great. $9.99. $9.99.
He looks amazing. Oh, and I think you can, depending on the character, you can take off their straps and certain bits of clothing. So it's a really cool line, I think. And for $9.99, you can't go wrong. But this is the one that Mike's always very critical about because, he I think this is the
first picture of her face that we saw.
This is the hill that Mike's going to die on. So
Mike, shame on you, Mike. Let's see his face.
There's still, I don't know. It's better. I'll give it that, but it's still...
It is a lot softer because the pics we saw, it was like all over the place, man. It was all over the place. But the sculpting is really nice. You know what I mean? The sculpting is really cool. And this is what we have Hordak MX and other customizers to make much more, better sculpts for. But yeah.
And again, they'll be at retail. So hopefully you can have like 3 or 4 Tilas to pick up the best one,
Yeah, but for $9.99, I think there's a really good entry point for anybody who might be interested. But I took these really close-in shots so everybody could take a look at and make your own decisions. Because at the end of the day, and even with these photos, guys, in hand they still look really different. I'm surprised. Like at the end of the day, no matter what, a photo cannot replace your real eyes. So at the end of the day, this is a line which I think
And check out Jay's Instagram page, guys. He shared videos of a lot of the figures up there. Really good shots, like Triclops, which you'll probably get to in the Chronicles version, which was like the best shot we had of Triclops, because every picture before that or video was like darkly lit, and from a bad angle, and you had it like right up to the camera.
I made it a point. I made it a point to say, like, we can't see the faces, so I basically asked the guys. I was like, "Can you hold that up for me so we can really see what they look like?"
Yeah.
And I just made a point of making sure that we could all tell, right? That's what I did here, what they're going to look like up close. So yeah, it was really the access that Mattel gave us was massive. Like I can't thank them enough for the invitation and really giving us a real close glimpse as to what we can expect in the next couple of months. So it's going to be great.
These are just responses, not to Skeletor, but to Tila. So I'm just putting them up there as we're talking.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, their face is okay. The hair is definitely it's too flat. Should have had some more volume.
Wait.
Her hair her head does turn, actually.
Yay, Jay! Finally caught your stream live. I'm sorry, just I had to call that out. So, Jay and the Pussy Jets. Jay and the HE-MANIACS.
Yeah, there you go. Jay and the HE-MANIACS. That's cool. I like that.
We should change the intro.
You want to sing it, Mike?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Jay and the HE-MANIACS live.
Only if you put on the leopard leotard, Mike.
Awesome stuff.
Oh, good. They're going to be $2.99 at Ollie's.
Nice. Exactly right. Just gotta wait it out.
Oh, you guys are vicious, man.
It's all about the hair. I don't know.
Fright Zone is showing up at DD's, guys. FYI.
Uh-oh.
I still maintain I got a pretty good. Had a pretty good find at Walmart one day.
Yeah, with that gray skull.
Why is He-Man prettier than Tila? Hey now. No, these were great. Are you showing us Chronicles real quick, and then, or are we going right to?
Okay. You guys can take a look at all the Chronicles features on my Instagram page. I think that those are real. I really wanted to see what they look like as close as possible. So I think you guys will enjoy that. And if you want to take a really close look at Triclops, head over to HE-MANIA.com. He-MANIA took those shots and really got really close and examined a lot of stuff in there. So you guys will enjoy that article as well.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about MOTUNIVERSE, guys. Where are we currently at with MOTUNIVERSE?
No major announcements today, guys. I apologize. No major announcements today. I don't have another Rebecca Taylor to give to you guys yet, right? Yet. We are still talking with many guests. And, Jay and I are hard at work behind the scenes. I do want to mention, because I have got a couple messages about rooms. Rooms are still available. Go to MOTUNIVERSECon.com. Actually, I can put I don't think the link will work because I'm not in the actual thing. But, Jay, I don't know if you can.
Here, I'll do it right here. I'll click right through the banner. Guys, you don't even have to remember the URL.
There you go.
Click on the
go to HE-MANIA.com. You can click right there. It's going to take you to our website. If you go to
where am I going to?
Hotel, I believe, right?
Okay. Yep.
There you go. And right there, you can book rooms. We still have plenty of rooms available. Tickets are also available. So you can click on the tickets and you can get to tickets. If you are a vendor and you're still interested, we've added a lot of vendors. I think Jay and I are going to start doing announcements for that, as well as programming. We are really building some really fun programs for you guys, some awesome panels, and we'll be announcing that. I would say with a few weeks or so. We got to kind of confirm some people and make sure we have the panel that we want. And there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And just keep staying tuned. I appreciate everybody for the support. And this May is going to be really, really fun. I am super excited.
Yeah, we are very, very excited at MOTUNIVERSE. And huge shout out to HE-MANIA.com for always being there and helping us with all these features. And if you guys head over to HE-MANIA.com, you can see all of the articles, and HE-MANIA.com will be posting up the Hall of Heroes.
Yes.
If it hasn't already been posted up.
It's not up yet. But if you go to the right column, guys, and you click on MOTUNIVERSE News and Announcements, you just click on here, and every single news story is here, starting with the last one being Rebecca Taylor. Live broadcasts. Oh, we want you, right? The fact
Yes,
that
volunteers. That's another big one, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Volunteers. We are looking for volunteers. So if you live in the LA area, or if you know if you're going to be in the LA area, we are giving you complimentary, like VIP access. We'll probably be doing like 4-hour shifts on Saturday and Sunday. So if that's something that you feel like you could do, and if you have experience volunteering, great. If not, we have Micah is in charge of our volunteer section, and he has a lot of experience from doing them in the past with PowerCon. So you're in good hands, and yeah, we'd love to have you help us out.
Yeah. Do it.
Very excited, guys. And of course, we will be having a Master Universe movie celebration. It's going to be great. And history of the Master Universe, the video games. She-Ra's going to have her birthday party there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And if you happen to see Mike at any upcoming conventions in the next couple of months, definitely say hi, and you might be able to get a free pair of tickets from Mike. If you,
I will be making some rounds in Southern California conventions. I'm trying to, I'll just throw it out there. If you're watching now and you can see this, if you've stuck around this long, I will be at a con on March 21st called Fangia. It's an anime con down here in San Diego in Mission Valley. Check it out, and I will have a table set up there. I'm also making my way up to Los Angeles for WonderCon. It's the second biggest con in California behind San Diego Comic-Con. Sadly, I don't have a table there, but I will be there with flyers and everything. So if you run into me, or you can message me on Instagram, tell me you're there. I might be having some complimentary tickets for MOTUNIVERSE on me.
Yep. Last year, just to let you know, the Anti-Eternity He-Man is actually MOTUFest, which is later in the year. So, okay. So I think that about does it. I know Mike is on a hard stop at 2 o'clock here.
Real quick, shameless self-plug. I am about 14 followers away from 8,000 on Instagram. I would love, if anyone doesn't follow me on Instagram, get me to 8K. I want to do a giveaway for you guys. Might have some MOTUNIVERSE tickets in that too. I would love to celebrate an 8,000 follower Instagram, and just be able to do a giveaway for you guys. I got some cool stuff. Actually, let me quick before I go. I do have a few minutes. I just got to eat something before I work. So I picked this up the other day. I walked past this at my local comic shop. This is from the 30th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna open him up because he's a fun one.
That's not a Funko.
It's by Funko.
Is it by Funko? What the heck?
By Funko right there.
Oh wow, man! If that looks so good. If Funko made those, I would have been collecting the whole line.
There you go.
Funko. Holy crap. Okay.
So I picked him up finally, and he's really fun. I got to take pictures. That's the other thing, man. I've been so behind with taking pictures. Talk about DDs. I found this at a DD's for $15, guys. How crazy.
We've been talking about that for a while.
That's great. I have all 4 of those.
And then this just arrived the other day too. We're talking about.
Wow.
So I got to open him up. He's just been sitting on my floor. I haven't had a chance to even open him up. But yeah
that's happened to me.
If you like Masters Universe, give me a follow, guys. I post all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah. Take that, Kenzo. Look at that unboxing. That Mike just did.
Yeah. He unboxes from his kid's school in line picking up his kids. I got to give him some credit for that. That's pretty funny.
Turniano says those Funkos are amazing. I have He-Man and Skeletor. Yeah. So, Kenzo's still here. Having a good laugh. Chocolate armor Skeletor poop sign.
It's like that white chocolate. Not even white. He's like a milk chocolate.
Jay dropped out. Okay. Oh wait, he's waving to me. Did you actually accidentally drop out, Jay?
Sorry, I noticed something. I had to go.
Oh, Kenzo.
Oh.
It took me a second. I had to put the two and two together. There.
I know Giraffe is making fun of that Skeletor, but I want to give this advice. If you're a fan of Masterverse like I am, this is actually the die cast. I made it a necklace, like freaking, I don't know, whenever it came out. Die cast power sword from the anniversary collection of He-Man and Skeletor. Remember, with the real furry loincloth and all that?
Yeah, that was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive one.
Yeah. If you're a huge fan of Masterverse and you really can't display it much in the house other than your toy room, the one thing about that He-Man and Skeletor, they look like little bronze statues. So I have that He-Man and Battle Cat upstairs in my bedroom on the dresser. It blends in. And it looks like, it looks, what's the word? A little more stylized, a little more classy, I guess, if the word is, So if you have, like, say, a spouse that doesn't like figures displayed in the open common areas, those she might agree to. So if you want a He-Man and Battle Cat, I would chase those chocolate ones. I know you call them poop, Giraffe, but they're also fine art. It's to me.
I mean, for $15, when it used to be, I think it says even on here, it says retail, comparable retail, $49, which I think it was even more than that when it first came out.
Those are art. They were made by an artist collaboration with Mattel. It really is sad. I know. At one point, they were selling on eBay for like $100.
Over $100, yeah.
It was crazy.
Christo, thanks for staying with us, Crisco kid. Good night. Crisco must be overseas. So, let's see. So we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Yeah, Kenzo says the monochrome are fancy. No poop sign involved. All right. All right. So Mike's got to get to work, and we've already put in 2 hours. So
yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yes. Thank you. So be sure to visit Mega J Retro. Keep growing his channel on YouTube. He's like at 24,000, push him to 30,000. Yeah. And then I don't know if you heard, Mike has an Instagram page that he wants to get to 8,000. Make sure you follow.
Subscribe to Attorney Royalty. He's so close. Give him Mike. Refresh the page. See if it.
Anyone follow?
Go.
And of course, guys, subscribe to HE-MANIA.com, your number one resource for He-Man and
got one
reviews.
Yes.
Of course, they are instrumental in bringing us all the greatest stuff and bringing us those wonderful, inside scoops. Like heck, that standee that's on the cover of that
Bastion. Thank you, Bastion.
That art book. That was actually broke. The news was broke right here on HE-MANIA.com. So definitely give them a like and follow.
Yes. All right, guys. So that's it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us out there and participating. And hopefully you won't have to wait too long to the next one. So that's it. We are all He-Maniacs. That's it. Bye, guys. It's time to wave, Mike.
Take Brown.
Go ahead, say it, Mike.
And we're waving.